Hi everyone, welcome to another video of technical analysis with Rajat. Please note that this is not investment advice and simply shared for entertainment purposes. Please do your own due diligence before making any investing decisions. Also note that any ideas are shared are just for my own purpose and not investment or trading advice. So just generally looking at an overview, I have the weekly chart for NASDAQ as well as the daily chart. And as you can see, uh, we went up from 20th March 23 to 17th July 23. And then we were in a downtrend until we started going up again on 30th October 23rd. And now we have been going sideways for about 6 weeks. So generally speaking, it's not really a good time to be invested in overall market, and it's not easy money. Rather, I should say not invested, but trade in the market. But there are certain themes that are actually really working well. And so let's go over them. So one of the key themes that has been working really, really well lately is gold. As you can see that there was a level since, let's say, August 20th, which was broken on 4th March of this year. And then gold has been going higher. So definitely gold has been making new highs. But I would like to be cautious here. Why is that? So as you can see on the daily chart, I draw a trend line. And so from 28th Feb 2024 to 8th March, it went up, then went sideways, and now I took the same length of that move and projected it forward uh, since 27th March when gold started going up again. So we are very close to uh, achieving that same trend line length that we had previously achieved. And this is not a hard science, it's more an art. So there is a possibility here that gold might not fall, but might go sideways, but it could also fall. The other thing that is making me conscious is that, as you can see, this is a hammer pattern. A hammer pattern means that gold started at the middle of this during the day, went all the way up, right? And at some point, it went further down and then was pushed all the way up. So this means that there were folks that were trying to sell it further down, but buyers showed up and push the gold to the top of the range. Now, generally speaking, hammer in an uptrend should be a reason for caution that basically there are sellers in the market who are trying to push the price of that security down, in this case, gold. So these are the two reasons why I would be cautious. So I'm just going to wait for a couple of days and see what gold behaves like. It might actually go sideways. So if it starts going sideways and then moves up, I would be a buyer here with a stop loss at, just below. What else has been working till now? So as you can see, we made a great move on 23rd October in Bitcoin. Again, it went up 23rd October and till 4th of December 2023. It then went up quite a bit and has been going around quite choppily. The thing is that if you look at the daily time frame, there seems to be a nice symmetrical um, triangle that is forming up. And either way, I believe around 8th, 9th, or 10th of April, Bitcoin should resolve either to the downside or the upside. If it goes above here on the upside, then there is opportunity to buy the breakout with a stop loss just below this trending line. What else is trending in the market? Another commodity that has been doing quite well is copper. So copper has been in a very big downtrend, as you can see, since 6th June 22nd till now, and 11th March. And then it broke this downtrend, and now it seems to be going higher. And the great thing is that on Friday, it pro it found support in the form of a hammer uh, on the 5-day moving average. Now, hammer in a uptrend is normally not good, but we can say that it went up, then went down. So it's not really an uptrend now, because it fell a little bit but found support on a hammer. So this I think this trend could continue. And so you could buy copper stocks. So if you look at the stocks, FCX is a minor, and it made a symmetrical triangle, and it broke out just around the time that copper broke out. And if we project the height of this base of this triangle and project it further, then copper has a lot of way to go. Similarly, when we were talking about gold, there is the iShares Gold Bullion ETF, in which I participated in the second leg up. And now, like I mentioned, I feel like the gold has reached its top of the second leg and might go sideways or even could fall. So here I would be cautious, and I'll wait for further price action to confirm whether I should continue participating in gold rally or not. And then talking about Bitcoin again, so we have the symmetrical triangle in Bitcoin. So the ETF BTCC is showing the same pattern of a symmetrical triangle. So we have to wait for Bitcoin to resolve either up or down for us to become participants in the market. Um, And when I say participants and all this video, it's very focused on trading. We are not doing any fundamental analysis. We are just looking at what generally is working in the market. We are looking at chart patterns. We want to buy with a stop loss. We can't buy a huge amount of, allocate huge amount of our portfolio to a single equity, because we haven't done fundamental analysis. This is more about trading. So if you want to buy something based on technical analysis, generally the rule of thumb is don't risk more than 0.5% of your total equity. How would you do that? So for example, you would buy something with 10% of your portfolio, for example, and wherein you would make sure that you wouldn't lose more than 1% of your allocations. Uh, so that would minimize your loss to total 1% of your portfolio, for example. What else has been working? So other than Bitcoin, gold, and copper, we are also seeing a very bullish trend in oil. So as you can see, oil was in a downtrend since I would say 13 June 2022, and now it broke out on 1st April, and it looks pretty good. Couple of stocks that I like in to trade right now. FTI is one stock. It's already made quite a bit of a move, and it's might be coming to exhaustion of the third move. So we have to be cautious here. But it looks pretty good because it went up, and now it's been going sideways for the past few days. So we can perhaps expect it to break out. So if it breaks out above this horizontal red line, you could buy it with a stop loss here, right? And with a target of 2867 initially. And it can go much higher, you based on the long-term chart pattern, but from a um, symmetrical move perspective, it is coming to the end of its third leg. On a long-term basis, this is a cup and handle. So as you can see, the cup starts here, starting way before in July 19, and ending here. So if we take the depth of the cup to be the height to which it can project, there's quite a bit of move left. So we can be quite optimistic in trading the stock, uh, given the general trend in oil. The other stock that I like is called Helix, HLX. Um, Made a triangle pattern, symmetrical, broke out, has been going up on a daily move. It looks like it's consolidating in a nice triangle pattern, and it could be going up further. Something like this. So in terms of technology, like I mentioned, QQQ, it doesn't really look good from a general market perspective. It went up quite a bit and now it's going sideways, and it actually broke the trend line here, which was going up, the red line, and now it's looking like it might go down further. If it follows the previous trend line of going down, it could end up at 405. But I do actually like Tesla. So Tesla has been in a downtrend since the end of last year. So 18th, 26th December 23. But it's found support twice on the same level as the one on 1st May 23rd. The second time that it's found support is it made a hammer. It's not a very beautiful hammer. Like the top part is quite high, but it's still a hammer. So this means that the stock started here, right, at the top. It went all the way down and then buyers pushed it back up, and there'd been a huge volume. So this could mean that there's exhaustion in sellers, right? And we can see the same hammer pattern to some extent on the daily chart, right? The risk reward ratio is pretty good here, because if you see Tesla has been, observing a channel. And if we go by the channel and the past precedents, then it's possible that it might go up to 232, right? Or let's say 230. So if you bought it, for example, on Monday at 164, and then set a stop loss at 160, and the likelihood of it going up is 230, it's a pretty good risk reward ratio. You're basically risking $4 to make close to uh, $70. So pretty good risk reward for Tesla. I like Dell generally speaking, because even though the market in technology, Nasdaq has not been doing so well, and generally the market has not been doing well, Dell has shown very much that it is not following the normal pattern of other stocks. It broke out on 1st April, like a April Fool's joke, and it has continuously shown strength. Uh, on Friday, it has shown us that it still has strength because it ended up in a hammer pattern. So, it started in the middle of this candle, went all the way down and went up. So buyers showed up in strength to push the price. And the important thing is it's not showing up as a hammer on the way up, but somewhat of it opened lower and then showed strength. The other one that could be interesting, but not too convinced on the daily, is the stock Meta. So Meta found support at 50-day moving average on the weekly. So on the weekly, it's the 10-week average. And it has broken out of this resistance, right? So the thing is, like, this looks like this doesn't look very, you know, conclusive. So I'm not too convinced about this trade. However, it is one of the better trades in Nasdaq right now. So that's all for the video this week, folks. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Thank you.